Hello and welcome back to Half a Clue Movie Review Book Club Edition. What? Sorry, Jason. Miles kept doing that and like my brain wasn't registering that his fingers weren't going down. So, sorry. Anyways.
They're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's okay. They deserve to know.
It sounds weirdly sexual.
A little bit of BTS for you.
I was giving Blake a finger countdown with my fingers.
Miles was fingering Blake, and Blake
I was fingering Blake.
Look,
And
Blake apologized to me for some
stopped
reason.
putting like fingers down,
he
just
was
trying to get
fingering
Blake
my
to break.
holes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
He was fingering my
He
holes.
was digging into your hole.
Jesus.
It's week 2 of book club.
It's
review.
week 1, isn't it?
No, week
No,
2.
week 2.
We
Oh,
talked
yeah, we
about
did.
Hail Mary. It's the whole damn reason
That's
we
true.
did this.
That's true.
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary. Yeah, we're talking about book adaptations this month. Very fun. Ron, it's your turn. What
Since
book adaptation?
my reading level never rose past the 3rd grade, I'm doing Holes.
Yeah, I'm so upset you said that because I had a whole joke planned. Can I just say it anyways? Because
Yeah,
I was
just
so
say it.
excited.
What is it?
I was going to say, it's funny. You started this month out by making a joke that you were going to do Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
But here we are, and you've actually chosen a children's book.
no. Yeah,
You've
maybe-
chosen the adaptation
Honestly,
of a children's book.
Cat in the Hat is probably harder to read than Holes. That's just crazy.
I'm surprised you didn't. Is there not a movie? Is there not a movie version of Hatchet? I know you love that book. Another
There
children's
should be.
book,
I
by
don't
the
think
way.
there is.
there
Actually,
absolutely should be.
It's excuse me. They are young adult novels. Okay.
Sure.
No. I don't know. I think I've looked up before if there's a Hatchet book. I don't know. I just finished reading The River, which is like because I read Hatchet.
Wait, you can read?
Yeah.
Not well. You chose Holes.
Yeah, not well. It takes me a while to get through them. No, but Hatchet, Bryan's Winter, and The River. But whatever, that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about Holes, which I actually never actually read this book before. I'd only seen the movie, so it was fun reading the book. And comparing it now.
It was between this and Thomas the Choo Choo Train, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Thomas the Train Engine.
What? Who cares? Did you guys see
Come
that
on,
movie, the Magic Railroad or whatever?
The Magic School Bus?
No, there was like the Thomas the Tank movie. I saw
I know,
it as a kid.
I know before I was able to form memories, Thomas the Train Engine was my shit. But I don't remember liking it at all. But
and
the
there's,
old family members will bring it up. I'm like, I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
There was a movie, and I think I saw it. I don't think in theaters, but I did see it. The only thing I remember is there was like a scary, evil villain train. And it scared the shit out of me as a kid. But that's all I remember. Do you have history on Holes? We're
This
all
episode is especially off the rails. It feels like.
off the rails, like Thomas the Choo Choo Train.
Okay. Anyway.
Or are we down the hole,
tank
like down
engine.
the
It's
rabbit
tank
hole?
engine.
Okay. So, yes, I do have history for this. Okay, so grab your shovel, your slimy tortilla, and a jug of water because we're headed out before the sun and we're going to keep digging that hole till the day is done. Welcome to the blistering Texas desert of Holes. One of the most beloved family movies of the early 2000s is also one of the most faithful book-to-film adaptations out there. But it didn't start out so simple. An early draft of the screenplay was written by Richard Kelly, known for Donnie Darko. His ambitious interpretation abandoned about 90% of the book in favor of a much, much darker story about a group of boys being forced to dig in a basically post-apocalyptic world following a nuclear war where someone dropped a nuke in Dallas. It included drug use, underage prostitution, and violence. Just as an example, okay? The reason Stanley goes to prison in the book, in this version of the screenplay, is because he mercy killed his own sister who was slowly dying of radiation poisoning.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Why didn't they make that movie? I loved it way more. Now that's a Blake movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Richard Kelly was not asked for a second draft. The studio ultimately brought in the book's author, Louis Sacker, who adapted his own novel. The description proved crucial as Sackler managed to preserve the story's charm and layered narrative. Directed by Andrew Davis, best known for The Fugitive. I wanted to talk about that movie for a minute.
I'd be down to watch that.
Dude, I
I
love
couldn't
that movie.
believe that he directed this movie as well.
Yeah, he apparently was trying to be like, I can do more than action, and he chose this one, which does have some action. It's not like a fair bit. Anyway, the film was shot on location over the course of 10 weeks, mostly in California's Mojave Desert, where the cast and crew endured real heat and harsh conditions, adding to an authentic grit to Camp Green Lake. To the film stars Shia LaBeouf in a breakout leading role, who was shooting even Stevens simultaneously alongside heavy hitters like Sigourney Weaver, Jon Voight, Patricia Arquette, Tim Blake Nelson. There's a bunch. Eartha Kitt. Holes turned out to be a critical and commercial success, earning strong reviews for its faithfulness and for the source material, and pulling it in over $70 million at the box office with a $20 million budget. And it remains a cult favorite amongst the millennials to this day. To this day. Yeah, we still quote this shit simultaneously. I don't know how many times at work I've just been on set and it's after it's been like super long or whatever, and then someone will just go, "I'm tired of this, Grandpa." And like call and response, you'll hear someone else go, "That's too damn bad." Like it's become, I think, one of our generation's calling signs, it feels like. Anyway, initial impressions, guys. How many of you had seen this film before?
I'd seen it.
Unfortunately, I
I
had.
had seen it, yeah.
We've all seen it. That makes sense.
Why unfortunately?
Because this movie is just god awful.
Oh, okay.
Come on, dude.
Really?
It's fine.
I mean, okay, yes, it is a fairly faithful adaptation of the book, but
It's like
there's
almost 1-to-1.
no, there's significant tonal changes, especially in the way that Stanley is treated by the other inmates. They're a lot kinder in the book.
Delinquents.
No, there's a lot more camaraderie in the book, right? It's a lot more accepting. In this, I don't know. Everybody feels like a bully, you know, until the very end when they can come back together and be like, "Oh, you were a good guy after all. Like, we're sorry
it kind
that
of
you."
hits all the same notes that the book hits, though,
I
right?
feel like it's a little more nuanced in the movie, at least how they like decide to treat him. You know, it's like first they're like kind of hazing him because he's a new guy, and then they eventually do accept him.
In the book, they don't really haze him that much, though.
Yeah, but I mean that's just normal, though. I feel like
I feel like I wouldn't say it's not till the very end that they accept him. Like, you know, it's gradual. In the beginning, you know, he's the new guy and they don't really like him. But as it goes along, they slowly start to like him more and more.
Yes, in the movie, but in the book, it's not like that. They're all suffering underneath this regime of this horrible torture. It's almost more like a war book, right? Like I allude to Vietnam, right? So like Vietnam films. It really felt like that going through the book. This might just be my interpretation. It felt like a platoon of guys just out in the middle of nowhere, you know, in a war, and just having to get through, you know, digging trenches every day. You know, they don't know if they're going to come back. They're constantly like in danger. You know, you got scorpions, rattlesnakes, the yellow spotted lizards and things like that.
Lizards.
And it's like, it really felt more like if they had gone in the style of like a war movie, where it felt, I don't know.
I can kind of see what
that's
you're saying.
kind of my feeling on it.
But I think if anything, to me the movie shows a lot more camaraderie in like you know.
It's all surface level, though.
D10. No, I don't think so. I mean, most of their dialogue is like word for word, if not like embellished even more in the movie, where, you know, they kind of like joke around with each other. Like there's more banter. There's a little bit more of like, you kind of get the feeling that like they have basically become friends over the course of the couple months that Stanley's been out there and stuff. To me, but I don't know. But okay, maybe we should do initial impressions. So we'll get to you, Miles.
I'm sorry.
We'll get to you.
Yeah, I jumped the gun on that one.
Blake, when's the last time you saw this movie, and how did you feel about it watching this time compared to then?
Also, I've never read the book. I think I'm the only one here who hasn't ever read the book.
Okay.
I watched this movie, I don't know, when I was a child, because it's for children. I don't know when, to be honest. Like, I don't know, 5th grade. I'm pretty sure it was like a Blockbuster rental situation.
Yeah.
But I actually did watch it 2 years ago. I thought it was more recent than that, but I watched it in January of 2024. To be honest, I'm sorry, Ron. I don't love this movie. I didn't really care for it as a kid. I remember that. I remember as a kid being like, and that's kind of where I am now. I don't think it's like awful. Like, I think it's functionally, it works pretty well. Like, it's a pretty well-structured movie. That's actually where I disagree with what Miles is saying. I think it all, like, you know, hits its beats. All the characters do their thing. Mm-hmm. There's an arc. There's kind of a cool flashing between time thing. So I guess I just ultimately think it's like fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I know you love this movie.
No, that's okay. I mean, that's fine. Jason, what do you? When's the first time you saw it? You know.
Well, I was lucky because this movie came out in 5th grade, and like right after my 5th grade class read the book. So
nice.
we kind of, and I really liked the book when I read it. So I was pretty stoked for the movie, and I liked the movie as well. And, you know, I don't know. I kind of agree. It's like fine. There's not a whole lot like that I love about this movie, but it does hit me in like in a nostalgia way. Like I don't know. It takes me back to that time, and it was, you know, when I loved it. Like I remember they always had like the whole song playing on the Disney Channel. Yeah. They had the music video with all of them like rapping and shit.
Dig it up on dig it.
Yeah, it was like a big part of my life for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. Yeah. So like I don't know. I enjoyed going back and giving it another watch because I don't think I've watched it since, I don't know, I was like 12.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fine with it. And these two weirdos.
I'll say.
Oh yeah, Rick Fox is in this movie. I forgot about that.
He's sweet feet. I'll say I was definitely this is one of the movies I was obsessed with when I first saw it when it came out. Me and my cousin, we literally started digging a hole in his backyard for like a summer. Like that was like what we did. We just like we would take turns, and we quickly found out how much harder it is to actually dig a hole, like
Dude, it sucks
in dry, compact dirt in like California, which is similar to where they, you know, this movie was shot and set. Like the soil difference isn't really that different, you know. But we like we found the best shovels we could, and we're like, yeah, let's go outside, let's start digging. And then we like, the soil is hard and dry, and but we're like, we kept doing. We're like, yeah, it was really fun. And
sure,
then
your parents loved that as a hobby for you.
Honestly, they didn't mind that much because it was in my cousin's backyard. He had like my grandpa had broken out, like they had this like big swimming pool. He had broken out the cement, and it was just dirt, and then they planted like corn and stuff there, so they didn't really mind. I do remember at one point my uncle was like, hey, you guys want to dig? Do you want to go dig over here where there's like this like apparently whoever was there before, they like had dumped oil into the dirt and would like want us to dig it out. But like once they gave us like, once it was an actual like job to do, it just sucked all the fun out of it. We're just like, this is lame. We're gonna go back to our hole. And then we used to like you know, just like make up ideas. We're like, dude, if we like dig this, we can like turn it into like a, like we can have like a tunnel system or something. We never got anywhere near that. But anyway, this movie, yeah, it like is one of my favorites when I was young. I had the DVD. I was very excited to like watch the behind the scenes features and see how they had like the bearded dragons, you know, as the yellow spotted lizards.
Yeah, didn't they like paint them or
they
something?
They did. Yeah, they painted them yellow spots, which bearded dragons are like the perfect choice for this because they are super timid. They're just really chill lizards anyway. They're like desert animals. And like, you know, you can handle them and they're super easy. I had a bearded dragon at one point, and one of the reasons I was excited to was because of this movie. Because I had one.
What was his name?
Reggie. He was named after the alligator that was let loose in Echo Park back in like 2004, which is around the time this movie came out.
Oh.
That's a whole other story. But anyway, I had Reggie for about like 15 years.
Oh wow, yeah, they do live long. Reptiles.
Yeah. But anyway, so I do really appreciate this movie though on its own though, just because like it is fun. It is just like, for me, it's like a bunch of guys, camaraderie. There's like there's the mystery aspect to it. It's super quotable. You know, smaller shovel, smaller hole. There's like, you know, the soundtrack still, you know, kicks ass to this day. Yeah, I don't know, I love it. Miles, you want to get into why you hate this?
I never said I hated it. I just said it's not a good movie.
Okay, so why do you believe this is not a good film?
Well, okay, so let's start off by saying that the book's not very good either.
Okay, hold on, wait. So,
bro, it's a children's book.
I know.
Wait, hold on. I do want to say this though. Challenge you with this. Can you explain to me why this movie isn't good without comparing it to the book, or at least saying because the book works this way or that, and just as its film on its own.
Okay, as a film on its own, he is incarcerated unjustly in this hellhole of an environment, right?
Yeah.
And they never get into the failure of the state. The state comes and bails him out at the end, right? This is 100% failure of the state. This should be like an anti-establishment, anti-government movie, right? But it's just a happy-go-lucky fun fest.
Well, I think they do a
Like, where are the horrors? Where are the horrors of incarceration?
Literally in the opening shot of the film with a kid who's willing to get himself bit by a rattlesnake. He's literally willing to endanger his own life to get the hell out of this place. They set the tone immediately, showing how terrible this is of a place to live in. And you even talked about how shitty it is for like the other people are like mean to him or whatever.
Yeah, but
it's like,
see, that's what I'm getting into. It shouldn't be him against the other inmates, right? It should be him against the government.
But that's part of the state that you're talking about. If you're talking about this prison like system that we like, part of it that perpetuates it is the idea of like, turning inmates against each other rather than against it. That's eventually they are friends, like you said, by the end, which is, if anything, that's kind of hopeful.
Maybe if the screenwriter was capable of writing a screenplay that showed a nuanced point of view about, they turn the prisoners against each other in order to do that. Then
okay. How about the part when the mom literally turns the prisoners against each other when he's actually telling Stanley to hit Zigzag because he's encouraging inmate on inmate violence against each other, which then he loses control quickly of the situation, and then he has to fire off a gun, showing that fear is what he has to use to keep these kids under control because they are so. And it's like, he's part of the system that instills fear to control these kids.
I'll give you that one.
Okay,
but also okay. I'm trying to find a way to cure foot fungus, so I'm going to use onions and peaches.
Whatever, dude. Who cares?
It's called magical realism, for God's sakes.
Okay.
There's also like a fucking gypsy curse that, or maybe I should say Romani. Sorry,
and also, was it stated? Were they living in Texas at the time, or were they all living in different states?
No, it's Texas, I believe. Yeah.
So. Originally, what's his name? Stanley was from Texas. That's where this. I believe felt like it was like a bigger city, like New York or something type place.
No,
there's big cities in Texas.
I assumed it was like Dallas or San Antonio.
I don't know.
Fort
I saw
Worth,
their
whatever.
apartment building, and I was like, that seems like a more East Coast apartment building. No, but just
you get hung up
the
on
feel
the
of
funniest
it.
shit.
Whatever.
I don't love this movie, but it's not for. I did not put this on and go, I bet this is going to be a take on the government movie.
I mean, one can hope. Okay.
There are movies for that, right? This just isn't one of them. This is
I know.
Story about,
I will say
it's almost like Dune.
But the point I was trying to get into,
Redemption for children.
It is absolutely that is correct.
Yeah.
So everybody in this movie seems to know who Kissing Kate Barlow is. And from what I can tell, yeah, she had a couple dozen robberies that she did, but she wasn't super duper famous.
Well, most legends from that time are kind of similar.
I think also the fact that she was a local legend.
Yeah, that's
specifically where they are.
It's almost like local lore in your town.
There's no towns within 100 miles.
Yeah, I know.
In the state, sure, there's a giant owl in this town. That's a real thing from where I grew up. People said there was a giant owl around. I never saw it. Okay. But it's that kind of thing, right? Just weird shit around your area.
Yeah.
That's how I take it.
It's like if all these people, presumably, whatever town that is nearby them, which I think, some book people have kind of zeroed in on, this is probably in West Texas, kind of near the Oklahoma Panhandle area. Northwest, where it's kind of the deserts are really harsh and stuff. I might be wrong, but that's so it's so maybe Austin is kind of the closest area nearby, which I think kind of would explain that. But it's I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. What am I even trying to explain?
It's just a legend that people know about.
It's a local legend.
It's like in this book universe, she's like Billy the Kid. Everyone knows who Billy the Kid is.
Who's
Yeah.
Billy the Kid?
You've
shut
ever
up.
heard of Billy the Kid?
I've never heard of Billy the Kid.
That's such
Like one of the most famous cowboys.
famous outlaws out there. Jesse James, you know.
No idea.
Fucking well, that's fine. We know you grew up in a bubble, Miles.
Okay, okay.
You never even heard of the X-Men 90s show. That doesn't count for anything. That doesn't. It's what. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, now it's time to jump into the real portion of the episode where I stop being a dick about how bad this movie is.
Okay.
Where are we?
Strengths and weaknesses. I don't know. Let's say, or okay, comparing some stuff from the movie to the book, just for fun here. Okay, so
Stanley's not fat.
Stanley is not fat. In the book, he is a fat kid who goes to camp and he loses a lot of weight. Obviously, in real life, you can't really ask a kid to do that.
They should have gone to Christian Bale.
They should have had.
He would have done it.
Yeah, in today's day and age, they would have digitally defatted him. But no, instead they had Stanley go up and whatever. Which I think in the book, it also explains his nickname a little bit more because they call him Caveman. Because he's an exceptionally big kid. Like, he's tall and he's chunky. So he's like maybe the biggest kid there. So I think that kind of makes more sense why they call him Caveman. Because then later he finds the fishes, like the fossils. And then they're like, but in the movie they make it where like he finds the fishes and then they start calling him Caveman later. Even though they called him Neanderthal right off the bat. But
That's why
like,
I thought they called him that.
yeah, it's like, I think it's a little bit more, it makes a little more sense in the book, but I think it still makes sense in the movie. So I think that's interesting. But I want to say, like, that, speaking of like showing their hardships and stuff, that's one thing is that we don't hear that Barf Bag let himself be bit by a snake until the end of the book. Unlike in the movie where you see it right off the back to set the tone, to be like, wow, this is a hellscape. This really sucks, because it's like you see the heat, you see the boys digging, and they're clearly miserable. But then you see Barf Bag, getting himself bit, and it's like, oh crap, like this must really suck,
It is kind of like a nightmare to think about doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how could this place even exist in actuality? Like, what kind of world do we have to live in to let this happen? It is a little bit dystopian in that sense.
I mean, that's the thing I think is scary is like, technically, I don't think they're doing anything illegal. Like, other than until the end when they like decide to like destroy Zero's records and essentially let the kids die. But like, they're just, we live in a country where the prison system exploits labor for free from people who are imprisoned. That is a very common thing. But it is kind of funny and a little ironic that, like, when like I can't remember the counselor's name, it's his mom, but Tim Blake Nelson's character, he's like telling him like, you got to be functioning, contributing members of society, and yet like to teach them that, they're just making them, according to what they think, it's just pointlessly digging holes in the desert. Like, that's just kind of ridiculous. It's like it reminds me of like the biker thing from like Black Mirror, except in that one they're presumably creating electricity. In this one they're doing nothing. They're just digging out there doing nothing.
Well, they believe they're doing nothing.
Yeah, they believe they're doing nothing, but in actuality they are just being exploited.
Sisyphus, is that the right one?
Yeah.
Pushes up the boulder.
Exactly.
So,
Take a bad boy, make him dig a hole out in the sun all day, and becomes a good boy.
yeah, but that's just their justification for having them dig holes, right?
Yeah.
It's all about finding this treasure. And
Yes.
they don't want anybody to know that they're looking for it, because then other people might try to look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing I will say, different, because we're talking about differences right now. In the movie, they actually changed the ending a little bit, where Mr. Sir ends up getting arrested.
Yeah.
And Mom doesn't have a doctorate.
Yeah.
He's not a real doctor. I think that actually was like, especially the thing with Mom not being a real doctor. I like that change. I think that's a good revelation right there, because everything he was saying to them, I was like, no proper psychologist would ever like do this or act like this.
They're also the villains, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what Spadansky, or what the fuck is his name? Padansky. He's one of the most interesting of the three main antagonists here, because like when you first meet him, you would think like, oh, this guy's gonna be the helpful dude, and then you slowly like see like his nefarious like power hungry kind of motives. It's like where he's a slimy shit, and
Yeah,
it's
he's
like
an asshole.
yeah, and it's like the reason why he's so mean to Zero is never really revealed in the book or the movie. And some people have different theories, but like, do you guys have an idea like why you think that he's such a dick to Zero in particular?
I don't really know. I think he sees a small little guy that he can pick on
Yeah.
and isn't going to
a
talk
power
back, isn't
thing
going to
for
fight
sure.
back, and somebody that's easy for him to make an example of that he doesn't have to feel threatened by. I mean,
He also might see some of himself in Zero because he's kind of a little dude as well. Like I feel like a lot of the kids are taller than
Yeah,
him.
he's shorter than like most of them except for Zero, actually. Yeah,
Yeah, we're watching it right now. He's
Shia
shorter
LaBeouf.
than Shia LaBeouf.
yeah.
How old is Shia LaBeouf here?
He's I don't know. I want to say he's
Probably
like 15 or
14,
something.
15, yeah.
I always thought he looks like a moose in this movie.
They should just call him. What does that even mean?
I don't know. I think it's his hair. He's got like
I don't know.
hair.
He looks more like a caveman to me.
Yeah, it was a Neanderthal.
Paul Shia LaBeouf should have played Paul Atreides.
I think I like the idea that like basically he is a kid who's like he has like that phony like counselor energy to him where he's like trying to help people but he's not really. He's kind of like maybe deluded himself into thinking that he's actually helping these kids with something, and then like Zero is a kid who's just not responding to him, just literally refuses to give in to any of the bullshit that he's like spewing, and I think that just eats at him, that like tears him up. Like he just can't stand the idea that this kid is just not
Responding at all.
not giving him anything.
Well, I think that also he doesn't feel like expending the effort on Zero because he's the one who knows that Zero has nobody and that he's, a homeless kid that just stole shoes. So he's not threatened by him at all. He knows he's not violent. He knows that basically he's just, a pest in his eyes, right? And it's, it's easy to choose him to pick on. Whereas the other kids, you never really find out what they did, but I'm assuming that, it was a little bit worse than stealing a pair of shoes because you didn't want your feet to get ripped up.
I mean, yeah, I totally get the power dynamic too, because like he's like on the bottom of this like totem pole anyway. Like, the warden and then Mr. Sir are like all just like kind of above him, get to do whatever they want. And
He's also the one who actually gets sent out to do work.
yeah, yeah.
Where, the warden and Mr. Sir are kind of just like in the office all day.
Yeah.
Sometimes Mr. Sir comes out,
Like,
right?
gives
He's
them water
definitely
and
the
stuff.
middle between the two of them, right? Like,
Yeah.
more relaxed, but still has to do a little bit of handiwork.
Well, in the book, it's organized a little bit differently because you've got the warden and then Mr. Sir. The warden's hardly ever there. She just like owns the place, right? And then Mr. Sir kind of manages the counselors. And there's actually like 5 different counselors of the different groups. And this is just like one of the 5 groups.
So you guys want to talk about John Voight's Mr. Sir? What? Any aspects of him?
That's John Voight, all right.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
John Voight.
That was great. He played the part well. He's kind of like goofy, kind of.
Yeah.
You kind of
Unhinged.
just, I don't know. I don't want to say feel bad for him, but like you just,
He's
I don't know. You
pathetic.
could just tell. Yeah, he's just so pathetic. He's another. I mean, all of them want power except for the warden. I feel like her only motivation is
Like
the
greed.
treasure, right?
Yeah.
But she just kind of exudes power, like,
Yeah.
because everyone just kind of does what she says.
Mm.
Nobody
But-
really like has the balls to like question her
Mm.
or stand up to her. She almost poisons fucking John Voight. Like,
She does
Yeah.
poison
or
him.
she does poison him.
Dude,
yeah.
she's more nefarious in the book, and there is a deleted scene that was included in the book that they cut out from here, where after X-Ray tells her that she found like the lipstick and stuff, and all the boys are digging and shit, and she gets more and more frustrated because they're not finding it like day after day. There's a part where Armpit is going to the bathroom, and then he comes back, and she's like, "Where the hell were you? Like, why aren't you digging?" And he's like, "Oh, I was like just going to the restroom." And then she like jabs him with a pitchfork in the chest, and she actually draws blood, and and then they shot that, but instead they had her doing it to Squid, I think, for some reason. And then afterwards, she's like, "You're giving these boys too much water," and she like cuts their water, and just like has them keep digging and stuff. And it's like she's really nefarious. Like she's still intimidating and violent in the movie, but like yeah, that little extra I think adds that extra like bit of like she's even more mean. Also, when she slashes Mr. Sir's face in the book, like she kind of just like scrapes him across the face, and he's kind of like, "Ow, shit!" Like you cut my face, and then it slowly starts to like really burn, and because like as the poison is there, and also there's a point where like Caveman or Stanley has like he got hit in the neck by like another kid's shovel. I don't remember exactly why the context of that was. Do you remember?
So they were in the big hole together. That's why they quit digging the big hole because they were in the big hole together. And I think it was actually an accident in the book, right? Where he just got like sideswiped by the other kid's shovel.
Yeah.
And then he dropped his shovel because of that. Yeah.
And then like Mr. Sir's just like uses his like freaking like his seed bag, just like kind of he's like, all right, now keep digging. And then like he's way more mean to Stanley after too, because like he just like refuses to give him water like day after days, and then he's just like, and he just dreads the fact that he's gonna come. And at one point he's like, Stanley's like, oh, you want some water? He like fills it up, and then he like goes and does something in the car and or the truck. He gives it back to Stanley. He's like, there, drink up. And then Stanley just like is like really battling with the idea of drinking it or not drinking it, because it's like he's dying of thirst, but like he doesn't know what Mr. Sir did to it. So eventually he just pours out the water, and he's just like to stop himself from like giving in to the temptation. And I'm like, that's so messed up. Like he's just fucking with their heads like way more.
Well, and then also at that point, Mom becomes extra nice to Stanley because he likes seeing Mr. Sir's downfall.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, you know, as Mr. Sir gets lower, he feels like he's rising in power.
It's interesting, the little extra dynamic, how much that can like kind of affect the story. Yeah. Well, okay. What about Sigourney Weaver as the warden?
She's probably my favorite part about the movie.
She does
to
a
be
good
honest.
job.
She's good.
I really like her.
She's great. Yeah, I think she's very intimidating. She has a great song when she comes out. But yeah, I think
Excuse me.
super quotable. It's great. Can you
Very,
hear the empty spaces?
Very effective villain.
It is Pendansky. Just confirm.
Pendansky.
Keep stumbling over myself. All right. Another difference from the movie and the book. Oh, we don't really get that many like flash, like, you know, sideways, or I guess we don't get really cut to what's going on in Stanley's home in the book, other than like maybe what Stanley's like reading in the letters, but we don't really get to see much of it. And also I think his dad is more obsessed with like repairing old shoes and like somehow refurbishing old shoes than figuring out the smell exactly.
Yeah, no, he wants to recycle shoes, but then he ends up finding a cure for foot odor through trying to do that.
Because recycling old shoes is such a dumber motivation, to be honest.
It
like,
really
what?
is.
Like what? What was he expecting to figure
Well, both
out?
are pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah, they're both
like
stupid.
I mean, figuring out like the way to like make foot odor go away is at least like it's people do that, you know? People have been trying to do that. But it's just like, I'm going to take these old sneakers and then I'm going to figure out a way to use them again. It's like, well,
I don't know. I find like the whole setup kind of like, whatever.
Also, his grandpa is like a character that they made for the movie, which is the director's dad, apparently.
Yeah, he was not in the book.
I think he's
he was a good addition. I liked all of his lines. He was very funny.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought he was in the book. He fits in so well. I like his grandpa.
I love the way that they touch on the ideas of like racism and like the prison system. They do touch on like the idea of like how it's really unfair, and like you see that I think with all the different kids in Camp D or Tent D, and like how they each kind of have their own issues. Like Zero was homeless; he was stealing out of necessity to get shoes, right? Like Zigzag. They like even though he's kind of the more violent of the kids, he clearly has like some kind of mental illness. Like they say he has like some kind of acute paranoia and like something else, which again they don't care. They're just like, yeah, just go dig in the dirt, like that'll help you. Like, you know, like, and the other kid's like, you know, Magnet, like he steals, but he has like an affinity for animals. Like he's actually like, I think it's like
the puppy.
Yeah, he's stealing from like a puppy mill or something in like the book, and it's like that makes more sense. Like, you know, he's actually trying to do something good. But they're all just kind of put in there, and they're very accurate in the book, in the movie, of like each of the kids' like races and like how that kind of like even like shapes their character a bit, which I think is good.
Yeah. Except for Armpit didn't have smelly armpits in the book.
But yeah, in the book, he gets nicknamed because he got stung in the armpit by like a stinger by a scorpion.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like you're making this way more nuanced than it actually
Yeah.
is.
Well, I think
we gotta be
thematically
very
there's a
nuanced
lot
about
of
this.
It is pretty dark.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's 2 instances of suicide. One is an attempt, really, by the rattlesnake, and the second one is kissing Kate Barlow. You know, that's how she dies. She fucking kills herself.
Yeah. In the book,
There's
I think
murder in this movie. Like, it's
for a
pretty
Disney
wild.
film, it's actually
It's pretty wild for a
Pretty-
Disney film, I will
Yeah.
say. Like, there's a lot going on, but I don't know if I'd call it nuanced.
there's a lot of nuance in this. I would say.
I don't know if this is like
I think
uncovering the human condition or anything.
I mean, I think it's talking about
What?
like
What?
it's commenting on like the prison system in America and how it exploits labor and like how like
Sure.
racism and like generational trauma kind of like persists because like the idea that like this town was kind of accursed because of like an idea of like racism that happened back like over 100 years ago.
Sure, I just find a lot of it silly, I guess is my issue.
I
Blake
think
finds racism silly.
I find how this story is told, a lot of it to be like silly.
Yeah, it's for kids.
I mean,
But
I'm
I
aware,
think
I'm aware.
it's meant to like get children thinking about these things. You know. It's, which I don't think is a bad thing, and I certainly don't think it's silly.
All I'm
I
saying
think
is
it approaches it pretty maturely for what is presented as like a kid film.
Yeah.
we should make children's movies horrific again.
We should. We really should.
We should.
I agree.
You know, like the Black Cauldron? Like,
Yeah.
just saying.
Brave
Like,
Little Toaster.
I think that
Yeah.
like it's like the author's approach to this it shows a lot of like faith in that like kids can like handle like some mature aspects to this it's like the idea that like there's a part when the after Sam gets killed in the book he asks like it didn't rain another day in this town of Green Lake, right? And then he literally just asks the reader like whom did God truly punish, because like and the thing is like they make a point of like when Kate and Sam kiss is that like it's for the most part everyone seems to really like Sam. Everyone is cool with him. In the book they even go out of their way to show like all the townsfolk are like, oh, we really appreciate your tonic and everything, it's so cool. And yet when like this moment of like acute racism happens where like now his life is on the line and they're literally going to execute him for just kissing a white woman, nobody else in the town speaks up except for Kate. Nobody else says anything or does anything to step in to be like, oh, maybe we should stop this from happening. They all just sit back and just let it happen because, well, that's the law. And results in his death and the accursement of this town for like, the next 100 years. And like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on there.
There is a lot going on. And I think that's why I probably, connected with this a lot when I read it initially.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, it was the first like real like book that
Yeah.
I ever read that wasn't like, Captain Underpants or something like stupid, It deals with like real shit. And
I was already reading Plato at this time, so it was a little below me.
You're
give me
reading
one Plato quote.
You're reading Plato?
One Plato quote.
There is a cave.
Yeah, more like eating Play-Doh.
I was watching Stanley Kubrick films and reading Plato. So,
Okay. So I don't know. Anything else you guys want to talk about this movie?
well, in the book, I did like his great-great-grandfather's backstory a little bit better. I feel like it was played up a little bit too comedically in this movie. And it was a little bit too rushed. I think that was a really cool thing because you saw a parallel between what was happening with Stanley and what was happening with Elia. Was that his name? In the book, right? Where they were both given this, what seems to be an insurmountable task where it takes them from being, weak little people to gradually making themselves better and better. And then finally getting to the point where Elia doesn't do the right thing. He doesn't go back and finish. And, that ends with the curse. But Stanley then does do the right thing at the end of his long training, right?
There's one little difference that was not in the movie, which is like Elia decides not to take the pig up, like I think
On the final day.
Yeah, on the final day, because he doesn't want to smell like a pig. And then both pigs end up weighing exactly the same.
Yeah,
So
and
if
then
he
it
hadn't
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, if he had gone up, then he probably would have married that one lady who was an idiot, but like, whatever.
And he never would have realized it. He would have lived happily ever after in ignorance.
I mean, his family would never have been cursed and stuff too. But also, like, Elia is supposed to be like 15 also in the book, like, again, paralleling Stanley even more so, because it's like, also you think about it, it's like the act of a 15-year-old is what cursed this family for like 4 generations afterwards. Like, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's like 30 in the movie.
Yeah.
it was less his actions, but more his inactions, right?
Yeah.
His inability to follow through.
Yeah. And exactly, like, it happens 2 times over without him going back for Madame Zeroni. Also that rock. Sorry, just because we're seeing the part where like the rock that he finds like next to the hole that he dug where he found the lipstick. That's not in the book. He just like remembers which is dumb. It's like, how the fuck would he know that?
It's good
better
to
to
have
give it
that.
a visual signifier.
Yeah, it's like, oh look, I remember this is a specific rock I pulled out. Which I guess in the movie, I just saw someone mentioned it that it's supposed to look like Madame Zeroni's head, and I'm just like, oh, that makes sense because it kind of does. It looks like it's got like the scarf wrapped around her head and stuff. I'm like, it's like, I always thought it was a interesting looking rock, but I thought it was just just a visual signifier anyway. But there's a lot of stuff like that. I don't know. There's little things here and there that I think make a big difference, But like overall, the movie is so 1-to-1 in like almost all the dialogue scenes and a lot of the story beats generally. But that's like the one big difference it's like not a huge difference, but it's one thing I liked in the book that was not included in the film, was that when Stanley goes to dig his first hole, he's like, really struggling because, again, he's a heavy-set kid. He's not used to this. And also just digging in the dirt in Texas sucks. And he's just like struggling. He takes his hat off to like cover his hands because his hands are getting all fucked up on the shovel because they're not wearing gloves. Unlike in the movie, they're wearing gloves. And he's just like, this sucks. And everyone's like, yeah, man, first hole's the worst. Sorry, like, this sucks. And he's like, oh, dude, whatever. Next day he goes out. He decides like his hand now his back of his neck and his head is all completely sunburned because he didn't wear his hat. So then he's like digging with his hands and his hands are already like sore and fucked up and he gets like all these horrible blisters and he's already super beaten and tired. And they're like, yeah, dude, it's the second hole. That's the worst one. And he's like, Jesus Christ.
The thing that they say in between that is like, no, the second hole is the worst because the fun's gone. Every kid dreams of digging a big hole.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And then he goes for the third day, and then now his hands are fucked up, his head is, and he's completely dehydrated, exhausted, like completely worn out physically and mentally. And then they're like, yeah, sorry, the third hole's actually the worst one. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. And then it just keeps going because they're all just worse. And they nod to it slightly after like a Twitch on his first day where like they go to get water and then Stanley helps him out of his hole and he says, first hole's the worst. But that's like the only kind of nod that you get that's like different from the movie. But like I don't know, I like that. I kind of wish they could have shoehorned that in there somewhere.
Email the director.
Yeah.
Release the first hole's the worst cut.
All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on? The cinematic style, the visuals.
That's probably the weakest part.
There
I bet
isn't
you.
even
Actually, I bet you I would have liked this and would still like it a lot more if there was a little more visual flair.
It is kind of flat.
It's very
it's not
boring looking.
There's no style to it. It's just shot, right? It's shot to capture the scenes. It's not shot to
I think I
do
would
anything.
like it a lot more if there was more flair and artistry in the cinematography. Is this a Disney Channel original?
No,
because it looks like one.
No, dude, this looks better than a Disney Channel original.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does kind of feel like a Disney Channel movie show, like like on the Disney Channel original thing. But it was a the theatrical release.
Like even here, just the way they're framed is like just so.
I'll give you that.
Boring.
It does lack like a real kind of like
artistic vision behind like the shot composition.
Yeah, like visually speaking, it is fairly dull. Like,
and you know what I hate? It does it a few times, and it's just, I just hate when movies do this. I think it was like something that just happened during this time is like they do the low frame rate thing.
To slow things down.
To slow it down, yeah.
I don't like that.
You can thank
That bothers
Tarantino
me.
for Reservoir Dogs for that.
No, it works in Reservoir Dogs.
There's a couple of weird like
doesn't work in holes.
audio cuts too. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
maybe.
There's a couple of moments where like the sound just is like completely off for a second as we transition into another scene. It happens at least twice. I'm not a fan of like the audio in this at like either. I know you said you like the soundtrack. I don't really. It feels like it's.
I like that song. I like the whole song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the time the soundtrack annoys me in this and takes me out of it. I'm just like,
It is a fairly
There are some
annoying
weird
soundtrack.
needle drops.
Yes, there are a couple songs I agree with that don't exactly like they're a little corny or don't exactly fit in, but there are a couple that I really like. You know,
But even like the composed music,
sinners, let's go down.
even like the composed music is just like really like generic to me.
It is a little bland, but I
Like
do like the general like there's like the main theme song I think works really well, but it's like I think it's like right near the beginning when it's just like dun, dun, I don't know, but a lot of it does feel a little generic, like chain gang style kind of music.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. It's just a lot of it brought me out of it.
Yeah, they did it.
About
Yeah,
The slow
dude,
frame
I hate
rate.
this shit. It's doing it.
Yeah, the thing is between Sam and like Kate Barlow, it's like it is a little bit corny.
Yeah.
It's a little bit extra, but
I
like
can fix that.
it is sweet though. That is one of the smoothest lines I think that you can say. She's sitting there,
crying.
and he's like,
I can fix that.
it's like, dang, dude. It's like,
And I like both those actors. I really like Patricia Arquette, and I forget this actor's name, but he's in The West Wing. I forget his name in The West Wing as well. He's also on Psych.
oh, I'm looking him up.
I can't remember his name either right now, but I know who you're talking about.
I like him.
Yeah.
Dual Hill.
Yes.
I'm sure that's not. There's an accent in the E. I'm sorry. Dual Hill. That's what we're going with.
Dual Hill.
He's
But I
great.
like both those actors. I think they do, good job. I don't think there are any bad performances in this movie.
Everyone's fine.
No, I think the thing
Even
is,
the kids, all the kids are pretty solid.
I
What are
think
you talking about? These are some of the worst child actors I've seen.
Shut
okay,
up,
that is
Miles.
so blatantly false. This is some great child acting. All
Didn't
right.
you watch the Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix thing? That was awful. I am the
It
Avatar.
was.
I'll say like I think this movie, screenplay wise, is like extremely efficient. Like
Yes.
almost every single line of dialogue, almost every like scene is, or pretty much every single scene in like line of dialogue moves the plot forward. It kind of shows like a little bit of character and everything else. So there's nothing there, but if anything, that's also I think maybe one of its weaknesses in a weird way, where it's like it would have been nice to have like a little room to breathe.
Well,
That was
that's
also
actually,
a weakness in the book too.
Yeah.
That's funny enough. That's one of the things I like about this movie is I think just structurally it's well paced, well thought out.
Yeah.
I like that. That's like one of the things I do like is I'm like, oh, it's very proper. Like it hits all the beats it needs to.
Yeah.
It gets every scene it needs to. It's very like, oh yeah, this is like, what did they say? Like in the script economy, this is great. Like
No, it really is. That's what I'm saying. It's like one of the most efficient screenplays like I've ever seen. Where it's like even like the earlier scenes where like you see Trout Walker, the guy who owns the small town or whose daddy owns a small town. He's like talks to the sheriff and he's like, "I buy you a drink, sheriff," and he's like, "Buy me two." Immediately that sets up that like one, he's got connections to the sheriff. Two, the sheriff likes to drink, and then all that comes back later, know. And also that he's like looking at like what's her face is Kate, like all lustingly, and then she immediately is like ugh, like kind of looks him away, and he's just like all right, he feels a little dejected. All that just happens in like one tiny little scene, and it's like quick. Oh God, they shot Mary
donkey.
Lou. Sorry, every time we see that, it always makes you sad. That donkey didn't deserve that. Why'd they shoot him? He didn't do it. She didn't do anything
She was
wrong.
120 something years old.
Yeah, I mean, not that Sam did anything wrong. Just saying. Although in the book,
wow.
in the book he did something wrong. No, Kate and Sam like actually meet up, and then they both try to run away, and then they get caught in the boat, and then I think Sam is then killed afterwards. So it's like it's a little bit sadder because it feels like maybe they can get away together or something, but it's like nah, it's just taken away like almost immediately. So sad.
It is sad. Kate Barlow, awesome character.
Yeah.
Love it.
I hate
that's-
that name, Kissing Kate Barlow.
Why? That feels like
I
such
don't
a
know.
classic like
yeah, that's an old timey like
Western legend.
good.
I don't know. I
good name.
don't like it.
One thing is, when I saw this
Blake's very
movie,
judgmental about names.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
When I saw this movie when I was younger, it was hard for me to like comprehend the different like familial relationships. Like I was like, oh wait, Kate Barlow, wait, is she related to what's her name?
It's a squid.
No, the lady who owns
the
the
warden.
camp, the warden.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wait, no, she's not, and it just got confusing.
No,
for
she's
me.
related to
and it's
the
like, yeah,
the asshole.
Yeah.
I know now.
I can see why you
It's-
think that, because I think as you're watching the movie, that's almost like what I think when I rewatched this movie 2 years ago. That's what I thought they were going with it. She was going to be like a descendant
Yeah,
of Kate Barlow.
she's got all the Kate memorabilia. on her wall
Yeah,
and
so I was
stuff.
like, oh, I bet you she's like the great granddaughter or something. But no, it's like the opposite.
yeah, too damn bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a little bit like confusing, which it's fine to be confusing, but
I think I don't know if
it's not
Maybe
actually
as
confusing.
a
maybe
kid,
as a
maybe.
kid, maybe.
As a kid,
I think as
yeah.
an adult, I got it.
No, I'm talking about as a kid.
This
Yeah,
ain't
that's
right.
Tenet.
This is better than Tenet.
This is so much better
is
than
better.
Tenet.
This is better than Tenet. I'll
Most
give it
things
that.
are better than Tenet.
Yeah. Anything else like this movie? Like I don't know. I think I love the fact that they really shot on location and in the desert, and it sets so much of like the feeling of like the heat and the dryness of it. These kids are always covered in dirt because they really were. They were like dust storms and dust devils that were just happening all the time. There's no CG for that. I think there's very little CG. The worst of it is the lizard.
The lizards, yeah.
it doesn't look
they look
good.
bad.
They look pretty goofy. They're supposed to have like red eyes, but I'm glad they kind of took that out because that would have probably looked even goofier.
Release the red eye cut.
Let's go. Yeah, if this was George Lucas, he would have gone back and then edited in all of them having red eyes.
The mountain would have exploded once they left it.
Yeah, they did say though in the author's note at the end of the book, digging a 5-foot hole with a 5-foot shovel is physically impossible.
Yeah, because you can't.
The sheriff would have shot first before Kate Barlow. No, every time Kate Barlow kills someone, like the other person would have shot first.
Yeah, exactly. I like that's another thing. It's like for Kate's stuff, like I kind of wish we had to see a little bit more of like her adventures. It doesn't really have anything to do with the story, but it's just like the kind of Western fun of it, like her robbing a stagecoach or like
If they had
a train
broken
or
it out
something.
and made it kind of like more a movie about her.
Yeah, like that would
Yeah.
have been fun. But like it's again, it's such an efficient script that it's hard to like want to like add or take away anything because everything just kind of leads directly to the next thing. Which
Honestly,
Yeah.
though,
It is kind
I
of the
wish that
perfect
there was
length.
more downtime, like especially in the book, right? More time to like stew on the situation because everything is pretty fast paced in the book.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you got to keep the kids' attention. Like,
Yeah.
they're not gonna.
Just give them some more Ritalin. I don't know.
there's one last change that I can think of is like Armpit saying that he wants his mom to like get a letter from him and to say like he's sorry, and that Theodore says he's sorry. That's a nice touch because I think in the book it's Squid, but it makes more sense for Armpit, who's the one who like insists the most that like they call him by his nickname, and it's like, oh, it's an extra like nice touch that when he's the one that's like, no, tell him it's Theodore. It's like, oh, that's sweet. It's not even like Teddy or something. It's like, please tell my mom I said I'm sorry. That's a nice touch.
Yep.
All right. You guys ready to wrap this up? I think we've kind of
Yeah,
hit
let's
this.
do it.
We've milked this for all it's worth.
This is the most anybody has ever talked about holes.
Not true. Honestly, as I was like doing research on this, I'm like, damn, dude, everyone's dissected this movie to this point. Yeah, like I mean, it's a it's a millennial staple. So it's like and who does YouTube more than millennials, really?
That's true.
So it's like, so this is gonna get thrown into the pile of a million other holes videos. If you found this one, thanks for listening, for real. That means a lot. Yeah. Okay. Wrap ups. Do you guys want to we've touched on it a lot. Miles, go.
Final thoughts. Yeah, I won't be watching this movie again. Won't be reading the book again. Wasted a credit on Audible. So there you go.
All right. Jason.
I'll watch this again. I'll watch this with my nephew once he, in a few years. He's 7 now, so
You should watch Escape from New York instead.
yeah, I'll watch
It's a
that
better
with them too.
dystopian movie.
Watch Count of Monte Cristo with Shawshank Redemption this year. Okay.
But yeah, I don't think like I myself will ever put this on, but I think it's a good movie for kids to watch, and I'll watch it with my nephew. I don't know, it's fine. It's a good adaptation of a book that I loved when I was a kid. So
That's good.
that's it.
Blake.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. To be honest, I probably will never watch it again. This is, I think, my third watch.
Does Shy like this movie?
She loves it.
Dude. See, so you are
They're-
watching it again at some point.
It's a possibility, but it's a possibility. I'm gonna try to navigate.
You
that.
have kids, you're definitely watching this movie.
Absolutely.
No, I want to show my kids Kill Bill.
you can't just show them that out the gate. You got to like,
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
you can't, dude. That's like
No
okay, fine.
R-rated restrictions. We're going in hard immediately. Kill Bill.
You got to teach
RoboCop,
kids what the
fucking-
real world's
RoboCop.
like right away.
Only God. Once they turn 6, I think Only God Forgives is on the table.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't. And for the record, I've shit on it quite a bit. I don't think it's a bad movie. Like I said, I think structurally it's pretty well thought out, and that is rare for kids movies. At least like in this era, I think like this is like a bad era for kids movies.
It's not.
to be honest.
Yeah, it's not. It's a standout for sure. I think that's why a lot of millennials gravitate towards it so much.
But I also found a lot of it to be very visually flat. So it's okay. Sorry, everyone. I know people love this movie. I think it's okay.
That's fine.
I think that, sorry, can I get a quick anecdote about something that doesn't matter? I believe the second time I had thin crust pizza, I was watching this movie.
That's so specific.
The first time I had thin crust pizza, I was watching National Treasure. That I know for sure.
Another fucking great movie.
That's a good movie. I'd love to talk about that one day.
Man, you just made me want to eat a whole like Domino's thin crust pizza right now.
So do it.
I hate Domino's.
Hold
but
on a second. I just found another clue.
Ron, your final thoughts.
This movie, it's just a giant clue. So I love this movie, obviously. I could see myself rewatching it, like probably not, and like I think I'd want to wait off like another like couple of years or so. But funny enough, I do think that my nieces are probably ready for it. One of them is 8, and I think it's time. I think she's 7. I think it's time. I think she would actually enjoy it. I hope so. And then my other niece is 5, and I don't know. I feel like they're at an age where they could appreciate this. And I can't wait to watch it again with them. And honestly, there's sometimes by like even just me and like Rozie, I think we've watched this movie probably last year after not seeing it for a couple years. And yeah, it's just such a good time. It's fun, nostalgia, but also I think it's just a well-structured, like good time movie on its own. So yeah, good time. One more time.
Starring Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. It's up there with that one. Yeah.
Very
Thanks.
similar themes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, kind of actually. They're both about cruel systems that have forced people into awfulness.
That's true.
Should we get into what we've been watching?
Sure.
Miles. What have you been watching?
I've been watching a lot of crappy anime.
Oh boy.
Yeah, new season
gonna
of
sit
anime
back.
starts. Yeah, so let's see. There's Reincarnated as a Slime, Farming Life in Another World season 2, Reincarnated as a Vending Machine season 4.
4 seasons?
Yeah, it's
Man.
or no, sorry, maybe it's season 3. I don't know. It's one of those.
Is it getting better or worse?
Oh, worse. There's
There's only so much you can do.
With the
yeah.
vending machine.
Oh yeah, no. Season 2 is a real stinker. Yeah, season 3 is not much better.
I did watch the first episode of the slime one.
Yeah, that's on
One
like
time.
season 4. I think.
I watched the
Yeah.
pilot
crazy.
episode one time, half asleep, so I
Yeah.
don't really remember anything.
And there's a lot of reincarnated shows this year. There's a really weird one that I don't know how to feel about it yet, but it's got a very, very cool art style. It's Rib Incarnated. We're about a guy who dies in like just the most ridiculous way possible, and it sounds like he's gonna get continually reincarnated as like just dumb shit, and then go through how he ended up like living and dying in like the dumbest way possible.
poop?
No. So like the first thing he reincarnates as is a rib. Like a hero's rib, and then like it makes no sense. It's got a really interesting art style though. I'm gonna give it a chance. It's awful, but it's like a good type of awful. I
These
think.
are called isekai, right?
Yes, yeah.
Have you heard of All Tomorrows?
All Tomorrows.
It's the one about like humanity, like way in the future they encounter this like one of the most evil freaking like villains in literature called the Q, where they like genetically modify people into like different fucked up things, kind of like just cause they can. And there's like one part, like one of the colonies of humanity fights against it, and so they decide to like punish them by turning them all into like basically like a living skin that covers this entire planet, and they're fully conscious human beings, but they literally can't move or do anything, and they can't die, and they just exist that way in just like agony for like thousands of years or something. It's crazy.
I have never heard of that one.
But it's like, yeah, it's kind of like it's not like that at all, really.
All
but
Tomorrows?
Like, All Tomorrows, yeah.
Okay.
It's like, and it's just like it's basically like examining this like humanity as like on thousands or like millions of years, like a time scale, like, and it's just like slowly things kind of change over time, and then this alien force just comes back and just basically makes everything horrible every once in a while. But yeah, it's a good one. But anyway,
yeah.
just kind of reminded me of that.
And then also One Piece season 2 premiered, the anime, not the live action.
Oh,
What?
Yeah,
Season 2?
yeah. Season
it
1
like-
So, what-
ran for
it's a-
26 years.
wait, no, hold on.
Fucking Christ.
That's not. That can't really.
Yeah,
I knew
this
that
is
it's
like
like-
officially season 2.
That's
right.
crazy.
This is like the first time where they actually took like a break in between seasons.
Yeah,
Right,
They, like
because
almost
it-
30 years. It's crazy.
yeah.
It's been released weekly.
For 26 years,
That's insane.
except for like weeks of like national tragedy and stuff like that.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's wild, but yeah. So just kind of a wild season. I don't know how to feel about it so far yet, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, I've been continuing to watch the Scrubs new season. It is falling flat, unfortunately. I had good hopes when it started out, but it's just like,
I disagree. I'm really enjoying it still.
okay. Well, I
had a dream
yeah.
I watched it.
You had a
But I
dream
didn't
you
watch
watched it?
Yeah. I had a dream I was watching it.
I mean, I'm still
It was good in
watching
my
it.
dream.
It's just like part of me had such high hopes for it just because the original show is so good. And it's still better than like season 1 or 2 of Scrubs, but it's not at that like peak, the season 4 or 5 peak of Scrubs, you know?
Well, I mean, it's just starting out.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I guess. But
Yeah. It's hard to hit that every single time, you know? So, yeah.
what about you, Jason? What are you watching?
Not much. I've been watching season 2 of Paradise. Do you guys know about this show?
No.
The premise is kind of interesting. I guess I'll ruin it. It's like the big reveal at the end of the first episode is like they're living in a kind of post-apocalypse, and the town that they're in is inside a mountain in Colorado, and it's like a group of like high-level people who were able to get into this like town when the apocalypse happens. And I will say I like season 2 more than season 1. It really expands the world in a fun way. Although season 1 has my favorite episode of television from last year. It's fucking awesome, dude. The penultimate episode of season 1 is
Noted.
pretty dope. I don't know. I'd recommend it. It's not like the greatest show ever, but it's got it's got what's his name, Sterling K. Brown. He's
great in
yeah,
everything.
he's really good in it, and there's a lot of good characters. I'll recommend it. Watch it if you want.
Movie wise, or I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Movie wise, I just went on like a little Scorsese fest. I watched.
Ooh.
I rewatched Goodfellas just because like I was just literally just putting something on just in the meantime, and then I just got sucked into just watching Goodfellas.
I've been meaning to watch that for some reason.
It's great.
It is a great movie.
And then yesterday I watched Casino, and it's like because I watched that one first, and I still think that's Joe Pesci's like best role. He's so good in that. And there's just so much in that, the look and the style of that movie that is just like so good. I mean, it takes place in Las Vegas, and it takes full advantage of it, and it's just awesome. It's still the best Vegas movie ever, I think.
That Casino is like one of my like all-time favorite shots in film history. Maybe.
Where?
Do you want to take a guess at which one it is?
Is it the oneer?
No, actually.
The one where Joe Pesci's laying in the ditch. I don't know which one.
No, it's been a minute since I've seen it, so I don't remember which character. It's probably Robert De Niro. He's like in the desert, and it does a Sergio Leone style extra close up on him, but in the reflection of his glasses, you see the car pulling up.
Yeah.
And there's just like a giant like trail of smoke behind it. That is such a fucking all-time shot. It's
The whole movie is so slick.
Yes, it's a very gorgeous looking film. I do prefer Goodfellas though.
I think it does get overshadowed by Goodfellas a lot because Goodfellas also is amazing, obviously.
And they're pretty similar, like story-wise, kind of.
Yeah, it's like both following the rise and fall of these like gangsters and their buddies and stuff. But it's like it's just there. I don't know. It's so good. Just giving it its flowers.
So what you're saying is that The Hangover isn't the best Vegas movie of all time?
No, probably not. No.
What about Leaving Las Vegas?
I like Casino more. I think Leaving Las Vegas is a great movie too, but they're just
Good happy fun time.
Yeah.
Both movies.
Yeah, both of
both
them
movies
just
great.
really create a great idea of what Vegas is like. And then also I've been watching Invincible because Invincible's out right now. It's been amazing. That's an awesome show.
Is that show still holding up strong?
I mean, I think so. I think it's really good, but everyone has their own.
I watched like the first season. I really liked it, but I never really like continued on with it.
That's some people did that. It's a lot like Attack on Titan or One Punch Man, where it's like season 2 took so long to come out that like a percentage, a good chunk of the viewers kind of dropped off because there was like years between seasons. But now they've been releasing episodes yearly, or I mean seasons like annually, and it's been really, I think, holding up.
How many seasons are they on?
This is season 4, I think. Oh, is it season 4 or 5? No, it's season 4. I think.
Okay, so I should probably like start from the beginning and watch through then.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to do it because season 2 also was a little controversial because like they split the season in half, like to kind of like extend the amount of time between like episodes, and it's like it's really rough for viewers. But I think if you're gonna marathon all of them, it's pretty cool. I enjoy like season 1, season 3 the most. Season 4 is shaping up to be a really solid season so far too. So I don't know, it's really cool. And then there's the Adam Eve special that's kind of just like a little, like I think like 45-minute, maybe an hour long like special that they released between season 1 and 2. That's also worth just to watch on its own. It's just kind of a little standalone Eve like origin thing. But yeah, that's really good. But that's basically what I've been watching. Also I've been watching Love on the Spectrum. I watched like the new season of that, watching some of it, and it's such like a heartwarming show. It's hard not to like just be like, I don't know, infected by the good vibes of that show. But yeah, that's just What have you been watching, Blake?
I've watched 2 films since the last time we did this.
Ooh la la.
Wow.
I watched Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. I have a lot of thoughts on this movie, shockingly. Like, I almost might pick it one day.
All right, that's enough time for. Thanks for listening, guys.
Gotta go.
See you guys next week. I was kidding.
I have a lot of thoughts on this. I might even pick this one day, even though I don't think it's, like, good. The best thing I can say about it is it's 3 hours long, and I never was bored. Like, I kind of put it on. I actually had to pay for the rental. I thought it was on HBO Max. I guess they took it off. But, I was kind of in an Elvis mood, and I was like, I'm going to watch the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie. And I put it on, and I kind of said to myself, if I'm like 30 minutes in and I'm bored as fuck, I'm turning this off because it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
But I didn't get bored. And I watched it, and I was like, okay, this was interesting. I think Baz Luhrmann is kind of the perfect choice to direct this movie because he's very over the top and heavily
Very flashy,
stylized
yeah.
and very flashy. And Elvis, as a person, was all those things too. It's weird. Have you guys seen any movies by Baz Luhrmann?
I've seen his Romeo and Juliet.
I saw that. I was pretty young though. I don't remember it.
Have you seen any of Baz Luhrmann's movies? He also did
Which Romeo and Juliet was his?
Romeo
Leo.
plus Juliet.
the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and
The Gangland one.
Yeah. He also
I've
did,
seen it.
it's like a modern.
It's a horrible film.
He also did Moulin Rouge. He also did
The Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby, Australia. His movies are very
Australia. I forgot about
his
that
movies are very, very over the top and like flashy and stylized. And that translates very much into this. But the weird thing about this movie is, and like it's been a while since I've seen his other movies, so I don't know if they're all like this. There will be like 30-minute segments that are just montages. Like there's not even like scenes in this movie sometimes. Like there will be 30-minute segments where we're just like there'll be like 2 lines of dialogue that's transitioning you into like another part of the fucking montage that's happening. It's very bizarre.
Sorry, that just reminds me of what like Scorsese said about Casino. He's like, there's no plot. He's like, there's just a lot of stuff that's like happening, basically.
That's kind of Elvis too.
Yeah, there's no plot. He's very upfront about it, which, respect. Sometimes, you don't need a plot,
Like it's still just a music biopic, which I know everybody hates, but I guess like the trade-off with this one is it's not like a normal one. It's very bizarre in how it chooses to tell its story. It's a weird movie. I thought Austin Butler was good. I will say though, Tom Hanks is in the movie, and he's awful. Like
is he like a German guy or something?
That's the thing. He's doing this accent. I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but the guy he's playing, like the guy he's portraying, didn't have that accent. It's very bizarre.
Really? I always figured that he was just trying to.
No,
do that.
like the guy did not sound like I've seen interviews with that, like the guy he's playing, and that's not really like how that guy talked. It's weird. Like I don't know what the fuck
Tom Hanks likes to do accents, but he's not good at them.
I don't know what he was going for, but it didn't work. It's like distractingly bad because he's also kind of like the core of the movie, because this movie in particular focuses on his relationship with Elvis. He was like Elvis's manager, and he's kind of like a greedy piece of shit. That's like the whole thing. But it's like hard to take the core of the movie seriously when Tom Hanks is just so awful. It's like distracting. And he did like and also like his whole look and everything. I don't know. It didn't work. It's a weird movie. I wish it kind of dared to go into the more controversial
Yeah, I was
areas.
gonna say, don't they also kind of just make him? Aren't they trying to like portray him as like a little bit more like progressive than he really was, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're trying to portray him at all. Like I can't even tell you the dude's character because there's really not a lot. Like
That's weird.
And maybe that's on purpose. Like the idea is that he's more of an idea than a man.
Yeah.
But I did want them to kind of dive into the more, iffy things about him. In
Wasn't
fact,
his wife like 13 or something?
14.
Oh,
Not that makes it better. I'm just saying. So I was going to say, I plan on watching Priscilla, which is the Sofia Coppola movie about Elvis.
So
it's
this is
about
the
Priscilla Presley.
Yeah, so this is the second Tom Hanks movie where Elvis is a character.
What's the first one?
Oh, and Forrest Gump when he's
Yes.
he teaches
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
he teaches them the moves.
I definitely plan to watch Priscilla though, because I do want a more nuanced
Yeah.
take on Elvis. And also, that's the one last thing about this movie. That's one thing that kind of annoys me is that this movie like almost entirely ignores like the last couple years of Elvis's life. Like,
Yeah, that's when he's, I think, very interesting.
yes. We kind of see him at the beginning of the downward spiral, like just a little bit. And then there's a scene, which actually, to be fair, I think is the best scene in the movie, where like Priscilla sits next to him and is like talking to him, and she's like looking at him, and she's like,
It's like
you?
maybe take a stool softener.
Yeah. Well, she's just like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. And they have this like kind of heartfelt moment. And then you just see him like, he basically like brushes her off and is like, yeah, whatever. And then he gets on his plane, and then it immediately like you overhear like radios like Elvis Presley dead at whatever. But this is like 2 years before that would happen. So it just feels like a little annoying that they kind of skipped over that entire last 2 years.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I want to see fat, greasy, sweating.
And they do
overindulging.
And I think, as everybody imagines they would, they do end the movie with that performance. Like the
He's like, I feel sad.
But
There's
it's
something good.
which is a great performance, by the way.
Yeah.
They end it with that, but they also annoy me because it cuts to that. We don't get like that's after he's already died in the movie, and it's just like Tom Hanks is like, I saw him perform for his last time. But what annoys me is the first quarter is Austin Butler. And then it just like puts in real footage, and I'm like, no, this is a movie, not a documentary. I want to
Yeah.
see the actor you got to play this character be this character.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a baffling movie. I don't think it was great, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. So I don't know. Maybe watch it. Maybe not. It's the most edited movie of all time. The editing is wild in it. Anyways, I did watch one other thing that I want to talk about. I did also watch a movie called I Like Movies. I think that's
I
what
had
it's
no
called.
idea you liked movies.
No, that's the name of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Sounds familiar. That's a Doug Benson's podcast.
I watched a movie called I Like Movies. It had been on my watch list for a while, but I hadn't gotten around to it because I usually don't like movies about movies or cinephiles. They can get a little self-indulgent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This movie had a good balance, though. Like, actually, like the fact that he's like such a cinephile kind of ruins his life. Like, it makes fun of like cinephiles quite a bit. Like, he takes his like more, lack of a better word, normie friend to like see Punch Drunk Love. It takes place in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
and he's like, he spends the whole time telling his friend, "You're probably not going to get this, just so you know. Like, this isn't your average Adam Sandler movie." And his friend's like, "I think I'll be able to understand it." Like, it's good. It's just a little like dramedy about a 17-year-old kid who's kind of like a little piece of shit, to be honest. And he gets a job at a Blockbuster style, like a video rental store. And it's a big part of the movie is about his relationship with like his boss. He becomes like friends with her. And she kind of tries to give him advice because he's very full of himself and he has all these like unrealistic dreams. Like he really wants to go to NYU. Like it's the only college he's applied for, but he also can't afford it. And he works at like a Blockbuster. So it's a lot about like just this person who's very full of themselves, kind of like being forced to face reality. I thought it was a good little movie though. I wasn't like in love with it or anything, but it was a solid watch. I'd recommend. I think you'd probably like it a lot, Miles. Actually, it's a Miles movie. If I've ever
I
seen
probably
one.
would. It sounds just artsy enough.
And I like how unlikable they go with their main character. I like a movie that can do that well. But yeah, that's
Yeah, you guys didn't like Holes enough because you didn't get it. All right.
I didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah. You guys, your little feeble minds can't wrap your head around this. The subtleties and nuances.
Jason.
Yes.
It's your pick.
Oh yeah, it is.
Book club.
I'm gonna go with a book I read recently. I'm gonna go with It.
Oh.
Ooh. Wait, which version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been debating about it, and selfishly, I'm gonna pick It Chapter 1. Only because I've never seen part 2 and I want to watch part 2. So I'm not going to force you guys to watch part 2, but I'm going to.
Okay.
And I feel like I should just because,
So not the old school Stephen King It movie.
Tim
no,
Curry one.
the Tim Curry miniseries, no.
boy.
I thought about choosing that, and that I probably would have said like watch both of them because together they're 3 hours.
It's long. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
long, but
Well, 'cause
like
it's
for
a-
2 movies,
It's like
3
a
hours.
series,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Yeah. It was more like a TV series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or miniseries.
it was a
sorry.
miniseries. Yeah,
It's been a long time since I've seen that one, but
I watched
yeah.
it maybe 10 years ago. I mean, it's not good, but I like it.
I feel like I'll try maybe to watch like both of them, but we'll see.
All right. Well, watch it 2017?
2017.
Yeah.
Watch
Chapter 1.
It Chapter 1 2017, not the Tim Curry one, the new one.
Yeah.
And we will discuss the book and the movie and other things next week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, there's part of Holes when they're like climbing up the cliffs.
I like your holes.
It's
And
so
just-
dangerous.
It is
too.
crazy how much they're
Oh,
climbing.
yeah.
It's like they're not just like, oh, they're climbing up the side of a hill. It's like
Yeah,
there's
that's-
sheer cliffs going up hundreds of feet.
Well, and the wild thing is like they do like this extreme sports soundtrack at this point too.
give up, never give up. Ain't no stop. Yeah, that is one of the worst songs in this movie.
Don't do this. This is dangerous.
This is psycho. Look at them. They're like climbing up. It's like fucking a vertical mile.
They're free soloing this shit.
Yeah, they are free
That's
soloing.
wild. Anyway, sorry. That just
All right, watch it 2017.
okay. Bye.
Bye.